Okay. So far, it's just you and I. But since it's 5 o'clock, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Are you just on the phone, Melissa? Or are you on your computer?
Can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah.
I'm on the computer.
Oh, you are? Okay. I just can't see you. So I just didn't know if you're on the phone or not.
How do I fix that?
On the bottom left-hand corner, there's like a little video screen and it should, or like a little recorder. It should say, oh, there you are.
Thank
Hi.
you.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Awesome.
How was Christmas?
Oh, it was amazing. It was
Aw.
absolutely amazing. Very quiet, and my family got along.
Oh, that's good.
No fighting, no drama, which was really cool. How about you?
I was sick, but it was good.
Oh, no. Oh, that stinks. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm disappointed because I was sick for like 2.5 weeks, and like my business just went because I was so sick. I was like in bed, and so
Oh,
now I don't think I'm going to earn level 2 of the incentive. I'm going to be like close. I'll be like I think 1,300 points away,
okay.
but I don't think I'm going to make it this month. So,
Oh, girl, it's only the
that's what it
7th.
is.
Do you know that there's a story that I'm going to share with you right now? So first of all, I had this challenge that I had to meet by the end of the year last year. And I was like, it was to read a book. Okay. And I was like 400 pages away on the 26th of December. And I was like, I'm so not going to make this. This is like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And Becca, actually, she was staying with me. She goes, okay, so do you remember? So there's this veterinarian in Becca's downline, and she is a director with Scentsy. And she had like $8,000 to pull out of her hat and by the end of the year to earn her incentive trip. It was like maybe 3-4 years ago. $8,000. I'm still
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. And she literally was like, I'm so not gonna not earn this. And do you know that she just did not stop till the fat lady sang at 12 midnight on January 31st, and she did it.
Well, that's my plan, but I just don't. I hate getting my hopes up for things that I can't have. Like my entire life has always been I don't want things that I can't have, and
Aww.
so I mean it
But
is what
then
it
you'll
is.
then you'll never get them because you won't strive for them, right?
I do, but I don't like to get my hopes up because then I don't want to be disappointed. Like I don't like.
But okay, or we could celebrate how close you did get. But
And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it because I've never been this close. I've learned to level 1, which is amazing,
it is
and
amazing.
I've never been this close. So it just tells me that the next incentive trip I'll be pretty like if I that I should be able to earn it because look
Yeah.
how close I am. Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
awesome.
I love your mindset. I love your mindset. But yeah, just I mean, when she reminded me of that story, I was like, okay, so
So how'd you do it?
so what I did is I literally thought about like how am I spending my days? Like, is this important to me? And how important to me is it? What is the result gonna do for me? And then I said, okay, well, I'm gonna talk to my family and say, look, this is important to me. Um, I'm gonna have to spend instead of watching a movie with you guys, I'm gonna go read a book instead of staying up late or I mean, instead of going to bed early, I'm gonna be staying up really late. So I may get up a little bit later than you guys because I'm going to be up really late. And then the first couple hours before I could do anything, I am going to be reading. And I literally ended up like reading like 6 hours a day for the last few days of the year. And I ended up finishing at like 12:30 in the morning, but on the 30th. So I still had a whole day of the end of the year to not have to, read. I was done. And so it just made me think like, so what we could do is think about your last, what do we have here? It's 7. So we're done on the, how many days are there in January? 30?
31.
There is 31. Okay. So I think there's, yeah. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24. I probably could have just subtract 31 to 7. It would have been faster. But anyways, hi,
Hi.
So what we're talking about is Melissa is so close to earning her level 2, and how we could break down 24 days and how she could get 1,300 points in the last 24 days. And so you can break them down by day, how much PRV you have to earn and strive for every single day. One of a team member frontline of mine, she was like $800 away from earning her trip. Actually, it was the last day of the month. She called me the night before and was like, I'm $800 away. I was like, okay, so what are some things you could be doing in one day? So she got all of her stock, and she literally packed up the car and started going around to offices and talking to people about, this is what I have in stock, going to car dealerships where husbands can't, go shopping, and they may need a I'm sorry gift or a birthday gift or an anniversary gift or whatever. She went to just clients that she knows loves stock on hand, bars and stuff like that, and just started posting. Now, I always suggest to never use the I'm close to a goal, or I need your.
I don't want to guilt people into helping.
Well, no. What I was going to say is, don't use that unless you are something huge and something so close. Like, a lot of people I see really burn their customers out because they do it like every month or 5 times a year. But if you only do it and basically never do it, but then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I've been in business for X amount of years, and oh my gosh, I'm about to earn, level 2 for this trip. I'm so close. So, if you need any gifts, if you need, if you want to put some gifts away for, birthdays or whatever, your support, has always meant so much to me, but, right now would tremendously, help me earn this trip. And people want to help people. So, but you don't use that tool as every month try to earn your, to achieve your goal, because then they're like, oh, great, what does she need now? You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you only use it for something huge like this, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to help her earn this trip. And they may be like, well, my mom's birthday isn't for a couple months, but I could buy it now. You know what I mean? I could just put it away. Or, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And I have some ideas, so thank you. That would help. I think that I could make it easy for people by, I think the hardest part of it is because some of the points that I have factored into it are points that I'm estimating my PRV. Like, my PRV is always between last month it was 1,800. And the month before that, I think it was 1,400. So it's always over 1,000. And then, I have people on my team that are about to be certified and who are about to hit sensational start, but I don't know what levels. And so I'm kind of estimating that. And I think it's going to be close. It's going to be really close to figuring out. But as soon as I have an exact amount, I can take that and then make it fun for people. Be like, I'm looking for somebody to buy a Scentsy system or whatever.
Yeah,
$30, 6-pack of bars. I'm looking for 10 people to buy a 6 or something, So
yes.
I have some ideas now. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And then one more tip before we move on is, with your team, go under your performance tab, go to your sensational start report, and see where they are. And then you'll be able to go to them and go, okay, you're this close to hitting this level, but if you hit this level, you can incentivize them. I could get you this. If you hit this level, I will reward you with this. And the thing is that little tiny investment is going to pay off, because one, it's a tax deduction, but it's also going to get you this trip that you've been striving for that's way more expensive than an incentive that you're going to invest in to help them achieve their goal, which is going to push them to a higher bracket to get more, credit, Scentsy credit from their sensational start, all those different levels, and help them as well and get their higher points for their incentive trip and all that stuff too. So, but just really just don't be afraid to, even if you see them, you know, kind of far, but kind of close, be like, hey, let's do this together. You know, I'm almost just as far PRV away than you are, you know, let's challenge each other. You know what I mean? Or some, just try to make it fun. So, cause you never know, they may be like, well, you know, hey, let's do it. I could, you know, I didn't realize I'm that close. Cause a lot of people, they just aren't aware of how close they are to something. And when you break it down for them, it's more like, oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes more sense and I can actually achieve that. And then they're more willing to work for it. Does that make sense too? Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. So Miss Melissa C, since we've got two Melissas on today, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm trying to get report cards done.
Oh, multitasking.
Yes, I am. So if I start making weird faces, I'm like trying to figure out how to do this. I've never had to do report cards before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, my
first time in kindergarten. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, how
so, but yeah, besides that, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to do, like, since it's every Monday, I'm going to try to keep them to like 30 minutes because unless there's like this big topic that everybody wants to just keep chatting about. So what I'm going to do is, because this is recorded, I'm going to go, first of all, I'm going to ask, since I was thinking, how can I do this? Because I really want to go on the workstation and kind of walk people through the new reports that are available and how we could utilize them. But me being everybody's upline, I need approval to be able to go on my workstation and everybody's, does it, what am I trying to say? So would either of you mind if I logged into one of your workstation and shared and kind of show what it looks like? Because
I'm good.
Okay, so if one of you could text me your login and then your password, like your ID and your password to get on, that would be awesome.
Okay, I'll get that.
Okay, thank you. Because when I log on to my homepage, like all my numbers show up and, you know, everybody's, you know, personal stuff shows up. So I don't want anybody getting upset with me.
Well, I'm sure yours looks a lot different too.
Yeah, yeah. So I want it to make a little bit more sense to everybody else of like, you know, more familiar. I wish they gave us like a demo workstation for these purposes that, you know, we could just log into and we've actually been begging for it for a while and maybe one day. Maybe one day.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm trying to log into mine too.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Melissa.
Sure.
Melissa H. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on this and then I will share my screen once I'm logged on. So hold on.
Yeah, I have a question for you. My friend Danielle is on my team and we were kind of like, cause she's still in her sensational start levels. Okay. So when I log into my home screen, I'm able to see how much PRV I have for the month. She's still in a sensational start and it won't show her what she has for the month. It'll only show her the cumulative that she has. So like last month, she didn't know that she was only like $60 away from being active. And so I had to show her how to go in through performance to find that.
Okay, so let me screen share and I'm going to like visualize. I'm going to kind of like, what am I trying to say? I'm going to circle what I think you're talking about. Hold on a second. Okay, does everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying it doesn't say this right here. It just says this right here of what she has. So
it doesn't even have it. The whole goals and volumes thing says sensational start, and it has one tracker that goes to 1,000, or that just accumulates PRV.
So the reason why is because she's not certified yet. So
she is certified.
Oh, well then that doesn't make sense.
She just got certified. She's like right over 1,000 PR. She's like, I want to say maybe 1,300 PRV.
Is she certified officially or she's certified in this month?
She certified last month.
Oh,
so maybe we have to wait for the 10th in order for her workstation update?
I'm thinking that's what possibly is because nothing really is official until the 10th. So what I would do, I would have her just call and ask them to take a look, and that's probably the answer she's going to get. But if for some, because they're going to be able to look at her workstation and see what the issue is.
Okay.
That is my best, guess, is that it's just not official yet. And once she's certified officially on the 10th, then she'll, all of that'll change.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking. But that, I mean, honestly, it's so hard because they keep changing stuff on us and like don't really explain that. It's hard for us to explain what's going on when they haven't even like shared that type of a detail. But I would have her, call them or chat with them and ask that, and then and let me know what they say, because that is a very interesting situation.
Okay.
Sorry I couldn't help you more on a more definite.
No, it's okay. Well, her level is almost over, so at the end of this month, she should go to a normal workstation like what we have, because her will be over.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's good to know for future.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely didn't know that, because that's a confusing. We need to understand what their workstation says if we're supposed to help them, right?
Right. And she had no idea that she was so close to being active.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's really weird. Huh. All right. So, what's changed is they have changed our reporting system. So there's no more performance link directly on this tab right here. So all of our reports are going to go into reporting. And the cool thing right now that they've added in the view sales report section is that right now in January, because we have Bring Back My Bar, we have these Bring Back My Bar purchase histories. So when we view it, we're able to see who are the people we would want to reach out to. So for instance, Amber bought Beach before. And so Amber is somebody that Melissa would want to reach out to. So what I did today is I exported a spreadsheet, and then it pulled up everybody on my spreadsheet that, ordered. And I highlighted all the email addresses just from the spreadsheet because it was so much easier. And then I was able to copy and paste it into an email, and then just do a blast saying, hey, everyone, if you're receiving this email, it's because you have purchased a scent that's on the Bring Back My Bar list. And, and then I also recommend with this, always make sure we're making sure people are aware that if there's anything on this list that, even if they purchase it this month, that they are aware of the Scentsy Club, the Always Get My Bar. So I
had 3 people ask to subscribe to it because of it.
That's fantastic, Melissa. Oh, yes, because that is future business that Melissa's going to have, even though she's getting orders right now for Beach or whatever, which is great for January, but her getting subscriptions to Scentsy Club is going to guarantee PRV for future months, whether it's every 1, 2, or 3 months. But we need PRV in every month, so whatever that may be. And then she can kind of see where they scheduled it and plan like, okay, in 3 months from now, I'm definitely going to have $30 PRV or whatever, and kind of plan her months out that way, which is really awesome. So sales, home, Bring Back My Bar leads. So see which customers voted. So you can, if she views this, these are people that voted, and she could just go and contact these people to make sure they're Melissa Henning likes I love that.
My customer that likes Jumpin' Jelly Beans, she's one of the ones that are doing the Scentsy Club.
Okay.
If it comes back, then I'll subscribe. So I voted the heck out of that one.
Yes.
And then the same with my customer that likes Dark Harbor. I voted the heck out of that also.
And that, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's so important as consultants for us to participate in that voting process, because we want our customers to be happy and excited about something coming back, even if they don't put the effort in to vote, because that's going to help us make sales. Like, they don't really care, even though they love the scent and they want it to come back. Some people, they don't put the effort to help that come back. So we have to do the work for them, but it's going to pay off by us getting those orders. So I'm glad that was a perfect thing what happened, that Melissa just shared is that because she put the effort in to vote for that customer scent, it came back, and now she has a Scentsy Club subscription because of it, which is amazing. So that
both of them, both the Jumpin' Jelly Bean person and the Dark Harbor person are both subscribing. So I'm like, yay!
Oh, yes, that's fantastic. So yeah, that little bit of work, and I'm sure it didn't, I mean, it took you a couple clicks, right? A couple seconds to vote a few times.
Yeah.
But you're going to get PRV and future business out of it. So that's so worth the extra time to kind of pop on whenever you have a chance and do some clicking and voting for your people. Okay, awesome. Let's see, let's go back to sales reports again. So a lot of people
the reporting tab in your workstation consists of 3 parts.
What's
sales
going
reporting,
on?
performance, and team.
I can't ever get it to stop.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I didn't even push it. So that's obviously a video that we want everybody to watch and on your own time, but we just don't want to watch it right now. So, okay. So customer purchase history. Most people are utilizing Maven, the app, for this type of a follow-up system. But if you don't want to have to pay for it, or if you're more of like a hands-on, I want it on my computer. Right now, Maven isn't accessible on the computer, which I think so many consultants have been trying to vote for that to happen, because it just helps us be able to have a bigger view of what we're doing. But this is a great avenue to go on and see, you know, who has been, you can go ahead and see what each person's history is. So you can, let me just pick somebody. I don't know who these people are because they're not my people, but let's just click somebody and see since, let's just go to 2018 January till the end of December. Let's see what type of history she had.
She was a party host, or no, she was a party guest that, yeah. She's
okay, perfect. So, and that's really cool that, you know, she's that, Melissa's that involved and she knows her people. But if you don't really know, this is really going to help you to kind of remember who everybody is and what they did, and, you know, what they ordered and all that, without having to go into each party and like click into the party and then click into the person and all of that stuff. So this tells you the order date, an individual order. She ordered this $65. It looks like a package, and the prices of the warmers. And then you're going to be able to say, okay, she hasn't placed an order or hosted, since Melissa just told us that, since January. So maybe this is a time to reach out and be like, hey, oh my gosh, Amber, last time you hosted was, I don't know if she's already done this. I don't know, but I'm just as examples for people that don't know. You can say you hosted in January last time, and this is double hosting again, and it's been a while, so let's get you on the books. And you know, that's, and she may not say yes. She may say, oh, I'm still good. I got so many hostess rewards from last year. I'm still working on those. But at least she's aware of it, and it'll be a good way for Melissa to reconnect and kind of just touch base with her client. Again, she may already have a good follow-up system that she's been doing, but those of you that don't really have a good follow-up system yet, this is a good one that can help you start, kind of see how to connect with those people. If you're not using Maven and you just don't really know where to start, this is a great place to start. Okay. Reorder. So this is a good way to see a trend of time. So time since last order was 3 months. So this person, generally, depending on, let's see, order total was $19. So, and she got 3 oils. So 3 months, she may have been out of her 3 oils. The harvest, they're kind of small. So that person, you know, would be an indicator of somebody who she can contact. So, Melissa, you're a Maven person, right?
Yeah, I do Maven, but I still use my hard copies also, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that falls through the cracks with Maven.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that I'm a big person of layering everything, follow up. I mean, everything, because you just don't know what, like you said, perfect expression. That's what I say. Who's going to slip through the cracks? What's going to slip through the cracks? And even if, and the thing is one way of connecting may not be their way of preference. So we may text through Maven and they be like, that's not really how I like to, they don't respond. But if you give them an email or a call, they may respond. So this is like, I want this training video to be an eye opener for everybody that kind of doesn't know where to start with who do I follow up with? When do I follow up with them? These little indicators tell you like, wow, it's been 3 months. What did they order? If they're consistently placing, they're replacing their wax consistently. Let's see, that's 6 bars. Almost 2.5 months ago, they may be ready for some more bars, but even if they're not, the cool thing about January is that we have bars that they didn't have last month. So they may just grab some anyways. So hopefully this visual gives you guys an idea of where you can start, how these reports actually work.
I'm listening to a call.
And so let's see how this actually breaks down. See, it says Party Rachel Hink flash sale, and then the host was Steve. So this kind of gives you, so like a little bit of information about the party, if that makes sense, of where these came from and everything. So let's see. Purchase history, reorder history, we just did, and then I think we did product history. So this is used, so if we're looking for a product to see, say like something's on sale, like Mojito or something, I think I just looked that was on sale right now. I don't know how to spell Mojito. Oh, here it is. The brick. So we can see who bought that from Melissa, if at all. And then that's somebody she can contact and be like, hey, okay, so so this was quite a while ago. So she can contact Lisa and go, oh my gosh, Lisa, the brick is totally on sale right now. It's back and you can grab some before it's gone. Because we know that's not a bar that we have available. And everybody loves a good sale. And, and while it's available, we don't know when clearance goes out. We don't know, it's gone, right? So these are just little tiny things, like you could be going onto your website and just like, okay, where do I start? And hopefully this is giving Melissa some ideas of
so many ideas.
She has some goals to accomplish before the end of the month. So she can go through all these things. Okay, who ordered bergamot? Who ordered coconut pumpkin, cinnamon chai? Maybe even contacting somebody that bought a warmer previously, and you never know, like somebody might have came in their house and been like, oh my gosh, I love your Bon Voyage. And you go to and you put it in there, and you can just contact and be like, hey, how's your Bon Voyage going? How do you love it still? I just want to let you know it's on sale right now on clearance in case you know anybody that fell in love with yours. And you'll be surprised how many people might go, oh my gosh, my sister totally loves my warmer. And I keep forgetting to contact you because I thought I didn't see it in the catalog, so I didn't even ask you. So those are conversation starters to reconnect and re-talk to your people. But it's also giving them extra information. Okay, so either I'm spelling it wrong or nobody's bought Bon Voyage from you before.
Nope, nobody's bought Bon Voyage.
Okay, I'm like, you should know that, huh? I should ask you that. So anyways, but these I hope are some ideas for everybody. So bergamot essentials, let's see.
Nope.
She's like, I could tell you right now, Jess.
You could click on Amber Road. Bunch of people order
Road.
that.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's see.
Oh, but that's not in clearance. But we get the gist.
Oh, but hey, that's because we're in Bring Back My Bar. That's a perfect example for people that don't know how to utilize this feature and how to utilize, how to utilize the promotion to get some sales. you know, that's definitely a good, okay, so why did this just do this? Okay, so what it did is because I guess I selected, it kept it selected. So,
Oh, you can select multiple. Cool.
yeah, so you know that Mojito, this person did, and then Sheena ordered Amber Road in 2017 on June 11th, which is my mom's birthday. But anyways, useless information for you guys, but just had to say that. Anyway, so it's really exciting how many more tools there really is if we truly, and here's the thing, as consultants, as you're sponsoring your new consultants, make sure this is a part of your coaching
tab in your workstation.
Oh goodness gracious.
When do you suggest coaching like this? Because I find when you first join, at least the people that have joined my team, it's so overwhelming. And so I don't want to.
Good question. I normally don't do follow-up training until after they close their launch because once they have a clientele and they have customers, we don't want to wait to train them how to follow up because that's their future business. And, you know, statistics show that people buy 7 days after their first purchase if they're followed up with. Because they're like, oh my gosh, I totally love this. I want to buy more. Oh my gosh, my mom loved mine. I want to buy one for her, blah, 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 blah. So, and we have to teach them that because most consultants come into our business and they think, oh my gosh, they just bought. I don't want to bug them for 6 months. And that's why they don't have any business because they have that mindset. We have to train them and the facts of how important follow-up is so they can have, you know, income every month, not just every 6 months or whatever, or 3 to 4 months. That's a great question. So I would do it again. I would do the coaching in increments, like, you know, do your initial training. And then after everything's closed, they've packed up their orders. Then you've helped them, you know, do all that and say, okay, our next session that I want to do with you via Zoom or in person or whatever is I really want to go over a few different ways to do follow-up and how important it is, why it's important. And again, if you do it that way, you can even ask them, are you an app person? Are you a hands-on on your computer person? Are you a, I want to keep it in a book person? And then you can train that way specifically. And then you can, on your next session, just show them the different ways that if they want to expand later, they know they're available, but don't go in detail training with them because that will overwhelm them. So we want to stick to what they want to do and what they're willing to do with the actual detailed training. And then just make sure they're aware that there's other options if this doesn't work, if they choose to do it this way in the beginning or whatever. Does that help?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so let's see, how are we on time? Okay, we're a little bit past the 30 minutes mark, but let me just click on the view team just to make sure, because not everybody's really been, I mean, this is the same tab we had up on top, but I just want to make sure everybody's aware of it. So this,
I don't even know what to do with this page.
Okay, so this is just an overview for you to see who your top people are for different subjects. So
maybe with like a bigger team or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely once you have at least 10 people on your team, this report is going to be very important for you. So see how it has a list of financial trends, top sales, and top sponsors. So you can add that, and then, oh wait, this is like not even, choose which widgets. This is top sponsor, financial trends. Okay, so see how I just added the financial trend, which is the bar. This is what you see in everybody's profile when you go into them individually. Let me take this off. And then you can add top sales as another widget. So let's put this up here. All right. So for instance, Melissa automatically can say, all right, Danielle, and this is January, is so far in top sales. This is just like an overlook. She can do this in her performance tab as well, but this is just like a team tab. I personally use this the most for when I need to know who my team's anniversaries are, birthdays. So basically, team, anybody's anniversaries in January, and then you just run a report and there's no results. So then she can go like working on next month. And Melissa's anniversary's on the 3rd. Yay!
2 years.
So 2 years. That's so awesome. Congratulations. Not many people even make it to their first year. So 2 years is awesome. And that's usually the hardest years of your business is the first 2 years, because you are literally just trying to figure everything out and get what works for me, what doesn't, what do I want to do, what am I willing to do, all of that. And that's the most, that's the struggling part, is just figuring everything out. And once that 2 year mark is usually when you start to get a rhythm of what you're doing, and it gets a little bit more simple and it's not as time consuming, which is awesome. So this is where you would get your reports for that. And then as you start to, like, for me, I'll do just frontline for anniversaries and birthdays, because there's just way too many people. So I pull just the frontline report. But if I want to see everybody in my downline, I can pull a whole report for that. When you have a smaller team, you could pull just for your team, which is awesome. And then birthdays, same thing. Oh, your birthday's at the end of this month. Yay! Happy birthday. And then Leanne's is a couple days after yours, which is awesome. So you could send off like a little or reminder, like you could put in your calendar, okay, this is her birthday, put annually, give yourself a reminder to send off a card or even like a reminder text, or however you want to communicate. You could start setting up those systems for especially your frontline, I would suggest, that way. And then team account status is basically, this is actually kind of cool, because you see how it says current reinstated, current enrolled. So this basically lets you know that these people have reinstated from before. And then and this is the change date, because if you go into their performance tab,
what is the change date?
Scentsy change date. So this is the date they re-enrolled right here.
Oh, I think the screens are can I move these? Oh, look at that. I can move the faces.
Oh,
the faces were on top of it.
Oh, sorry. You're like, what are you looking at? So yeah, this is really helpful for me, because when I pull a report for new consultants, like if we go to, let me go back to reporting. If we go to our performance tab, which is like our old, what used to be up here, I'm going to show you something really.
The reporting tab in your workstation.
Thank you. This is obviously something I recommend to watch that video. Very helpful. But for time purposes, we're not going to today. Okay, so when I pull promotion reports, okay, and I want to see who promoted on my team, it automatically puts whoever reinstated as a certified consultant and brand new. And that's very confusing. So in the past, and that's why we have this report now, because of people like me that have like pulled tooth and nail, I've sent people that weren't brand new consultants, welcome to the team. And they were like, Jess, I just reinstated. I just canceled last month. Like, why are you sending me a welcome to the team? Like, it made them feel like I didn't know them, and it hurt my heart, but it was just me trying to, stay systematic and, oh, this is a new person or whatever. Or what was really hard is I thought they promoted to certified. And so I would send them a promotion and they're like, no, I just reinstated. I've been certified for 4 years. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, because there's really no way, unless I like really closely connect with this person and talk to them regularly and know their status and they're basically like my frontline, I have no way of knowing. So that's why that report is what I have to go by. So I have to do 2 different steps. I have to go to that promotion link, but then I also have to go to the team tab and make sure who has what their status is, to make sure they haven't reinstated, and it'll tell me, oh yeah, let's just say for instance, okay, Alicia would have said, since she's certified and she reinstated, so in December I would have accidentally sent her, if she was on my team, a certified postcard, and she would have been like, no, I just reinstated and I've been certified, and it would have made me look really bad as her director. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so there's a lot of different tools for consultants, leaders in the business, sponsors, to really kind of know what's going on with their team as your team starts to grow. And then team dashboard, this is basically another way to get into your dashboard than the other way that I showed you, which was right here. So okay, so I think that was a lot for the night.
The reporting tab in your workstation consists of—
Oh my goodness. Watch the video.
I know, right? It's like, just do it. So I hope that everybody got a little bit of something, maybe some ideas
Yes.
to kind of start working with. And that's what every week we're going to do something. I'm going to try to break it up. Some's going to be training. I'm going to have some guest speakers on. So hopefully it'll be different every week. But if you have requests and you're on live and you're like, Jess, I'd really like when you do training, I'd love for you to break down this specific area or whatever, we could focus on that. So if you would just like tell me, or like, do you guys have any suggestions now that I can write down?
Someone today was asking me about like taxes. So I was trying to show her what I do to prepare, like how I write to my mileage, and like I'm awful with my receipts, but I have like a thing for my receipt, and then how I go through my workstation and look at, Michelle told me to create a custom called business expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I have business expenses, I can just pull that customer up at the end of the year and find out exactly how much they spent.
Perfect. Yes. And if you need for documents.
You've done trainings for taxes before though.
Yeah, I have. I've had for many years my tax person come on and do a training call. I don't know if she's available this year, but I will ask her if she could do that for one of our Monday calls in the next couple weeks, because basically our tax reports, they'll appear in our performance tab at the end of this month. So we have till the end of this month to kind of figure things out as far as reporting wise. Really fast, since you brought it up, I wanted to, so I'm glad you said that, Melissa, because that reminds me I need to talk to the lady to see if she could do it. So if you go into business references, there's actually a document, tax Q&A, and this breaks down pretty much all the what we need to know about our taxes, what we can like claim, how it all works. I mean, it is time consuming, it's very detailed, but if you're looking to grow a business or really hey Michelle, really utilize your business for a good tax deduction purpose, even if it's just for that, I would take the time to go through this, because I've had several tax people, different people go through this, and they're like, Scentsy did a great job. I mean, it's everything you would ask a tax advisor. They're going to tell you this. So like which commission payments are included in calculation, expense deductions, all that kind of stuff. So, and what I would do is, if you have questions after you went through all this, I would then take those questions to your tax advisor before you're ready to actually file. And then moving forward, you can, you know, really be nice and tight starting with the 2019 year. But I will have, whether she can come on or not, I will do a specific training of just sharing how I log everything, and you know, just for everybody else that doesn't have any prior knowledge of what needs to be logged and all of that stuff. So
like, I think she was asking me, I think she wanted to do things to create habits. And so I couldn't, I mean, I told her like what I did, but I don't know if there's easier systems. Like you know, cause I kind of do everything at the end of the year because I'm a last minute kind of person.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I spend like 2 days and I go through and I do everything, but I shouldn't have, like, I shouldn't do that, right? Like I should just have it done as I'm going through. And so I wasn't able to tell her my mileage. I write that down every time.
So, okay. I mean, I want to share some tips now, but I feel like I should just wait for but just
that's okay.
Come to mind is I have a, like a little pencil thing in my it's just empty in my bag at all times, and just putting all receipts in there. And then at the end of each week, I log them. So I only have a few receipts a week to log, and then it's done. And I don't have to think about it, because the reason why I've started to do that, like every week I do what I need to do, is because my first year, I spent literally like 3 days, 8 hours trying to figure out and document and sort. And I probably lost a lot of receipts, and I probably lost a lot of money because of that. And so I realized that it's so important to document and really, really make sure that you have all your I's dotted and T's crossed at the end of the year, because I mean, it's money you're losing basically. If we miss, I mean, $3 on a receipt is $3 to deduct, you know, and it adds up. So just being very organized with your receipts, and logging them, and having them in like an accordion file. So by month is my best tip. But yeah, I'll probably do it. Not next week, but the following week. I'll look at my schedule of what I was planned out. I don't have it at the top of my head right now. But
we have the team meeting on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, for locals here in Vegas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in case anybody knows, or in case anybody's going to ask, I'm not going to do like a Facebook Live at a certain time every month like I used to. It's going to, because we have these live Zoom calls every week to touch base for people out of town. I will do Facebook Lives. They're just not going in trainings. I'm just not going to be like specifically at this time on a, you know, first Wednesday of the month. Since I'm taking the time to do this every week for people to show up live if they want to and listen to the recordings. So just to let everybody know that isn't on live right now. That is changing starting this year, this week actually. So, all right, ladies, thanks for popping on live, and I hope you got some great tips and maybe learned some new things, maybe some refreshers, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.